upper corner so perfectly on both of those long shots that it just made the goal not move at all. We're coming up against this team, 5-star 84 overall 100 chem now. Vardy and Sturridge, just massive pace up front, and you can see how it affects the game. Vardy goes through immediately and scores in the, I think that was actually the later stages of the game. Then the 90th minute, we can see we lose. Those 1-0 games are just, there's nothing to really talk about. It's just usually what happens is it's tough defensive midfield play. Then like someone gets a run through. Usually it's for the opponent because they have the pace up front. And towards the end of the match, my defenders, the bronze defenders, start to tire. Yeah, this game, I remember this one as well. We got pretty much destroyed, 2-0 down. But then we did actually win that header with McGuinness, who's been a beast for us. So then it's 2-1 at this point. We're trying to fight our way back. Kun Aguero, though, plays it to Alexis, and that partnership is pretty difficult to play against. He does a little, like, I think that's the Luis Suarez weirdo celebration. 3-1 down now. It's probably all she wrote at this point. They're playing it around, really good passing play, really good build-up play. And yeah, Alexis with the outside of the foot shot. Down 4-1, I'm just kind of like, I just want to end the game at this point, but he decides that Chris Smalling needs to score before, because why not? But that's how it's going to end, 5-1. Not a good game. Now we're coming up against this 5-star 85 overall 100 chem team. Musa and Vardy up front. Now, a lot of people seem to hate Musa, like they think he's so overpowered, but I don't seem to have too much of a problem with him, even with players that aren't too slow. Like my center backs in this squad, I have 3 center backs, but they aren't really, like, none of them have higher than 75 pace. The only thing is, with Musa, you just have to try to contain him. He does have the 4-star skills, which allows him to kind of maneuver around people, but his dribbling isn't very good. His finishing, unless it's like a low-driven shot to the far post, most likely he's not going to go in, even against a Silver Pickford. So I do understand it's kind of annoying to see Musa all the time, but he's not overpowered like someone like Martial or even Smalling or Bailly. Those players are very overpowered. Now, here we go. It's Eduardo through. Eduardo is such a beast. Even though he didn't score, he just gets it back to him. I was confused because I didn't think that would be onside. As you know, you have to have it's 2 defenders, so the goalie and then usually the other center back. But because the goalie had come out, I was thinking that it wasn't going to be offside, or it was going to be offside, but it wasn't. 3-1 now because Morrison, or maybe that was Gertler, I don't remember. He got in the end of the corner, which allowed us to go up. Now coming up against this 5-star 83 overall 100 chem team. I've forgotten my record at this point. If you guys know, maybe you should keep track in the comments below, or maybe I can try to put a little ticker in post, because I've forgotten. De La Place steps up for another penalty in this match, makes it 1-1. De La Place actually is better at penalties than both Ince and Da Silva, which is surprising. Look at this move by Eduardo right here. He plays it into Ince, and then Ince does that. Eduardo has the strength. When you have Eduardo and Ince on the pitch at the same time, it almost always equals a goal. Schobesberger right here puts the finishing touches on it, 3-1. I didn't play him enough, in my opinion, because he has the 91 pace, and he's actually bigger than I thought. Usually if they have 91 pace, they're going to be a short person like Plata or something like that. But Schobesberger actually has strength to go along with his pace. In this match, we go down 1-0 right before halftime. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this was also a very difficult match. We do play this 1-2 here. Ince gets it back like 7 times, so many 1-2s. That was such a fortunate pass by me. Really, that has like a probability of less than 5% of functioning, so I don't recommend doing that. He plays it across, makes it 2-1. Because of the camera angle, I thought it was offside, so I thought I caught a huge break. I'm pretty sure I was getting completely outplayed in this game. It's hard to say when you are getting outplayed because it's you're basing it solely off of the scorecard. But like 2-2, but I'm getting outplayed. I can tell you that. I remember this game. The guy in the Belgian shirt was really difficult to play against. And then Mars right here, I thought that was, there's nothing I can really do about that one because it's Mahrez. I see it's Mahrez, so I know he has a great left foot. So I want to force him to the right, but then that low-driven shot, even on the person's weak foot, even on Mahrez's weak foot, that goes in too often for me. So yeah, something maybe EA could nerf down in the future. It's not going to exist next year, I can tell you that. But what is probably going to happen is on FIFA 18, something like a near-post finesse, like it was on FIFA 16, is going to come back. So there's always just one thing that works way too well and that people can exploit. So here we go, another game. It's 0-0. He's playing it around with an insane back heel. That, I just have to applaud that goal. Sometimes you play people and sometimes they do incredible goals and you just, like, I would have watched the replay. I wanted to see that replay because of that back heel. We're down 1-0 here. We're trying to pass it around. Ince gets it through, and Ince on the right foot, actually. I think he has a 3-star right foot, or 3-star weak foot, and it proves to be pretty good. As long as they have 3-star weak foot or greater, and you can do the low driven shot, it's probably going to be a goal. It's almost as good as if it's on their strong foot. So 1-1 here, and then he gets through with Niang. Great little ball to the Croatian Ronaldo. Perisic, the in-form version. He makes it 2-1. And now we're hoping to just try to get something working in the last embers of the game, the last knockings of the game, but we are not going to have that opportunity. We lose 2-1. So now this next opponent is coming up with a 4.5 star, 82 overall, 98 chem team. Remy, De Bruyne, he has Vardy. Everyone loves the BPL in this game because I think the two most overpowered leagues are probably the BPL and the Serie A. Serie A is what I prefer to go with because I got the untradeable third in-form Icardi, which his goals to game ratio is at least 1 for me. And I don't consider myself to be like the greatest FIFA player. So as long as you like that kind of player, he's not the fastest, but he has great finishing, he has great strength. He's really good in the air, even though he's only 5'10 or 5'11. That's the kind of player I always go for, and if you haven't tried him out, even if you just do his first in-form or second in-form, I highly recommend that player. So yeah, this game we're actually getting dominated 3-1. We're going to try to... I don't like to rage quit because it just makes no sense to me. That was a pretty great finish by Ince, I'm pretty sure, to make it 3-2 and give us a glimmer of hope. But getting back to rage quitting, I just don't... I know if I'm pressed for time, like I probably should have rage quit some of these because I was pressed for time. As you saw right there, I remember this game now. He really should have won. Like, it's 3-3 now because of that just glitch where his center backs ran into each other. This was the only game that went into extra time and then it subsequently went into penalties. So the first penalty here, I'm going to try to block it, but of course I do not guess the right way. Alright, so I'm pretty sure my recording just stopped and I don't feel like doing the entire 20 minutes back. So it's 2-1 up at this point. I think I saved a penalty, but I used to like penalties. I used to be pretty good at them because people didn't realize that their initial movements would give it away. Like if they were tilting their left analog stick to the left, their player would like run to the left and then run straight. But eventually enough people saw through Twitter, through YouTube, that was a giveaway that they started to fix that. So this is actually a pretty good pen session right now. He's saved 1 penalty and I've saved 2, and then we come up big right there with Pickford, gets the right direction, and we win that game. Now we're coming up against this team. He's got the 5-star, 87 overall, 100 chem team. He's got the Costa. I feel like that Costa card, I don't have enough coins for it on my main account. But because I was mentioning Icardi earlier, I feel like Costa is the exact same mold, exact same type of player, except he's taller and he has better strength. So I feel like that card would be ridiculous for me to use if I ever had enough coins to buy it. Oh, I remember this. Okay. Yes, I do remember that. This game had terrible button lag. That is not the last of the goalkeeping errors that you were going to see. I was trying to throw it a lot further. No, actually I wasn't. I was trying to throw it a lot faster out, but for some reason the goalkeeper always likes to just bounce it. And this one, he just read me. Really, the center back should be running towards the ball. He shouldn't just be waiting for it to come to him. So we're down 2-0, and that's not looking good for us. He works it down, he plays it in, and then there's a header. Pretty sure that's Diego Costa. That's the card that I would like to buy. And we're down 3-0, and that's how it ends. Now, coming up against this team, he has this partnership of third in-form Icardi, the guy that I think is crazy, and then Dybala. And Dybala is the bane of my existence. As you can see in this little highlight video, it's called the Dybala Show because he scores a lot of goals against me. That would be his hat trick inside of 40 minutes. And at that point, the guy just stopped celebrating because we get a 4th from Dybala. The guy he felt bad for me, I think. A 5th that was not Dybala, that was Banega. We do manage to get one back right before halftime, but then second half, the guy just felt bad, so he stopped scoring on me with Dybala. And it finished 5-1. Now coming up against this team, he's got the 4-star, he's got the 81 overall, he has the Vardy, and he has the Lukaku. I think non-informed Lukaku is really good. Oh yeah, what a fortunate bounce. That's the only go Ndiaye scores throughout this whole weekend league because he's not too good for me. I only use him for the chemistry. But it took a huge deflection and it went in. We give up a penalty and we can't save it from Vardy. So it's 1-1 here, and then this, he hit the post with Lukaku's header, but then it bounced right to Vardy. So it's 2-1 now. We're fighting to try to work our way back. We tried that terrible through ball, and then I don't know what happened there. I was so tempted to actually give him the goal back, like score an own goal, but in the weekend league, I know that if I did that, there's no possibility the other person would do that. That was actually a really good finish right there by Eduardo. He gets it on the right foot. He has the 4-star weak foot, of course, and he slots it home. So we have control of the game right now, 3-2. Once you get that little lead, you can just play patiently in the final knockings of the game because you know the other person is going to be scrambling to try to get that equalizer. So if you just are more patient than they are aggressive, it usually works out in your favor. 4-2 at this point. Then he gets through, and I saved the initial one, but then it comes back to him, and he scores to make it 4-3, 88th minute, not too much time left. That own goal really is coming back to haunt him at this point. So then it does end up 4-3 as the final scoreline. We played pretty well there. So now you're probably wondering where are the other games, because I'm pretty sure that was 25 games. 13-12 was my overall record. I was planning to get to Gold 3 because that gives you the automatic promotion, and it's just kind of like a nice place to stop at 18 wins. So then this was all recorded at home because I had to just go home for some personal reasons. And then I brought the PS4 back. I was planning to come back on Sunday and just finish it off. And after finishing everything, after setting up my setup again, I realized I forgot my power cord at home, meaning I couldn't do anything. So unfortunately, 13-12 is where we're going to have to leave it off, but it was overall a pretty good weekend league. Playing 25 games is a lot. Like, it was only done in 2 days, and I don't like doing it, honestly. It's not too much fun for me to do weekend league. Like, that's why I don't do weekend league on my main account too much anymore. I think I played 38 games once, and that almost killed me. So I'm not doing that anymore, especially because I have so much school to do that it's hard for me to just get out content for you guys, which is what I really want to do. So I do hope you enjoyed this. Sorry for the terrible commentary, but I'm trying to learn. If you did like it, please drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, comment, share with your friends. Hope to see you next time. Maybe BronzeToGlory, maybe Hidden Gems, maybe another BronzeToChampions, who knows. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to spay pets.